All right, man.
Are you?
Mr. Core, bro. What's going on with you, bro?
Oh, not too much. Yeah, nice to meet you finally.
Yes, nice to meet you. Kind of face to face video, I guess. Let me put both of these in here. All right, there we go.
Yeah, I should have
Yeah,
accepted your Facebook challenge. You were doing that on GI Joburg, where you're introducing yourself with the video
yeah.
footage. I kind of chickened out. I don't know why Face or YouTube's any better, but but here I
Whatever
am.
works. Whatever works. I mean, yeah, I was just, I just was trying to get something started, I don't know. Maybe I just like to see people, that I kind of get to know. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
So,
yeah, no, yeah, I'm sorry.
what do you want me to call you? Like Rick, or do you prefer Outback Stu? Is that the AKA?
Dude, whatever you feel comfortable with, my brother.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
I'm every one of them. So
Oh yeah, the
every
master
one of them. They're all me.
master
They're all me.
customizer Rick.
There we go. There we go. Don't say it too loud. I don't want the toys to hear you though.
Oh, I like all the characters. Outback
Oh,
Bob's favorite though.
ah, thank
Love
you,
Lost.
thank you, thank you.
Class.
No, dude, you got some sweet characters. It's kind of funny when you did that video with the older Storm Shadow. Dude, I've got that toy, that character, the Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat.
Oh,
You know what
okay,
I'm talking
yeah,
about? Yeah,
yeah. I
I've
saw
got that character,
the
and
video.
I've had him. I was gonna do a video with something with him, and then you put that video up, and I'm like, oh, I can't do nothing now. But dude, your video was excellent. I loved it. It was awesome.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of ninjas in your videos, but they're usually getting killed. I guess that's you're showing that Outback Stew is the toughest.
Yeah, I mean, it's he's got to do what he got to do. He's got to do what he's got to do.
Well, I'm glad you like that. Thanks.
Yeah, dude, you do some excellent work, man. I'm kind of jealous. You know what I mean? But I can't lie. But dude, it's amazing. The time you put in is just phenomenal. I'm
Oh,
sure you spend a lot of time.
Well, I can't seem to get a good script together, so I make up for it visually, and I tend to go with more action rather than dialogue.
Yeah, well, dude, even if you made just a silent video, you know what I mean? That would be amazing. Um, I'm
thanks.
just, yeah, the time it takes, I'm sure, is just crazy. I mean, me, I just grab a camera, I have an idea in my head, and I just, you know what I mean? If I don't do it right now, I forget about it. You know what I mean? That's
Well,
how
that's
I
the
kind of roll things.
like the play motion. You can kind of go in that real time feel, with your creativity. With stop motion, it's a weird feel. You get that creative idea,
Yeah,
but to doing
for
it,
sure.
picture, it takes a long time to get it to work out to your vision, I guess.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's my thing. The patience is just amazing that you have that. I wish I could have the patience to spend the time that it takes to do that. But man, I don't. I just if I don't do it right now and just you know what I mean, I'm lost. That's why my videos are so sporadic. I have an idea and I've got storylines I'm working on that I've totally forgot because I've had other things going on. I
Yeah.
just get lost in it, man. I'm loving it.
Some of your background. What was that thing with the staircase? What place that was that? That was kind of neat.
The staircase. Oh, with Outback.
Yeah, with Outback Bob.
Oh, the what did I call that? I don't remember now. That was just, dude, I just had an idea because I got this. One of my kids got a kids meal, and it had this little lion uh, toy in it from the movie The Lion King. And for some reason, I had it sitting down here, and it was sitting by Outback Bob. And it seemed like every time I would take a picture of something, Outback Bob was in the background, and this thing was right beside him. You know what I mean? Just holding his hand up at Bob's knee, like, "Hey, what's up?" You know what I mean? So I was like, I've got to do something with that. And I just had this idea one day, and I was like, hey, I got to do this. And
Um,
it was spotty, and I
it
could have
was a
spent a
great
lot more
friend.
time on it. But yeah, I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, thank you.
No, but sorry, the play set with the staircase.
Yeah, that
What toy
was
is that from?
oh, are you familiar with a Big Lots store, department store?
No, I'm not
Okay,
sure.
well, I think the toy line was American Peacekeepers, I think. And dude, they have the best, like the playset. That was one of them. They've got this big giant base. You know how like Gomer Pyle, you would see the barracks. They've got this huge barracks thing set up just like that. The top comes off. It's got all this stuff inside, play sets and everything. The figures aren't that great, but dude, some of the like the Humvees, they're phenomenal. I'm trying to. I don't want to move too far away, but yeah, their vehicles are amazing. Play sets are awesome.
I saw a couple in the background. Yeah, the Humvee.
Yeah, they're I try to get them when I can. I last time I looked, there was none in there anymore. But I got what I could when I could, because they're at the time GI Joe wasn't putting out much, so you got to make do. You know, you have to make do.
As for your figures, are they all basically customs or?
Yeah. Before I started doing the videos, that's all I did for the longest time, off and on over the years. Mm-hmm. So anything I've got displayed, I only display my custom stuff. I put my other stuff up, because I kind of somewhere in the following of GI Joe got disillusioned along the lines. Because the two storylines with the comic and the cartoon was, when I was a kid, it was like weird. So I didn't even go by really any one of them. So I just made my own characters up. So when I was a kid, I mean, I, just like probably everybody else, was taking apart toys, making new characters, and my Outback was the guy, you know. So I'll have an idea to make something. I mean, they're not the greatest customs in the world, but it's just something I do in the off time, and I'm glad you like them. Really, I mean, because for the longest time, I didn't share anything online or anything. I hit 45 this year, and I said, you know what, screw it, man. I'm almost 50, so it's time for me to just be myself and just show my love. You know what I mean? So that's what I started doing.
Well, definitely appreciate them. I've tried to do the same thing too. I've created some of my own custom figures. Gold.
Dude, you got some. You have some amazing stuff. Yes.
A lot of people they only kind of follow it if it's exactly in line with the comic or exactly in line with the cartoon, you know. And if you stray from that or whatever, it seems to be a problem. But I never had that problem either. I never watched the cartoon. I checked out the comic book, but I made my own characters, my own storylines. But
that's exactly what I did. Because my thing, I always played mine with like it was 10 years after GI Joe and Cobra. You know what I mean? Even when I was a kid, so like the war was over, GI Joe had won, and I was always in my head had this storyline where after that 10 years, Cobra comes back with a vengeance. You know, they take over everything, and that's kind of, I haven't really played any of that in my videos, but that's something I've been kind of trying to work on in my head to do a video, like a real like movie type style video it's me, man. I don't have the patience. I have an idea. I'll do it, and I'm done with it. You know.
You definitely have a vision. I think you got the right audio track and everything, and your footage is there. So I don't know what you mean with the patience. I guess you just want to make them longer, or?
Well, I would really like to make like at least a 45-minute play motion movie, you know, with one story all the way through to the end. You know, I have this idea that I want to work out. Not the one I was just telling you about. I have this other idea, but kind of like me turning into the toy. I'm kind of playing that in, but I want to make like a real like movie about that. You know, I don't know how to really explain it, man. My brain's just sporadic all the time. So,
Are you going to be Rick, the master customizer character I've seen in some of your videos?
Yeah, that's kind of where I've led into now. I'm kind of not to spoil anything, but as you already see, probably if you haven't seen the videos, he's already killed 2 of the Outbacks off. The master customizer, Mr. Rick action figure. So there's something I'm going with that too.
Okay. I did a video, kind of reminds me of something with my buddy come over, and we did something where we actually, our toys came alive and they shot us and shrunk us down to their size in the toy room.
I've seen that. Yes, I've seen that. That was amazing. Yes, I love that. It was very nice. Yes.
A little embarrassing at first, but in the end, I end up having fun. Just
That's
going with it, you know. Like you said,
exactly,
we're not younger, so.
exactly, man. That's what it's all about. I'm too young not to have fun anymore, and I'm just I want to make people laugh. I mean, dude. I mean, like sometimes I'll film something and I'll play it back, and like I'm watching it, and if I catch myself laughing, I'm like, that's a take. I'm you know, if I can catch myself laughing at something I've done, I'm putting it out there. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to make people laugh. Is all.
Yeah, definitely. Improv is okay, and that campiness. I've seen footage of someone just threw a Sergeant Slaughter down the stairs, and just with the right sound effects, it was brilliant. Just
yes,
you laugh.
that's awesome. I like that. That's sweet.
But, since you were coming on, I decided to pull out some of my Outbacks, eh? Joe collection. I want to show you a couple, and then I thought maybe you could give a yay or a nay from Outback Stu.
Let's see what you got in the box there.
Well, I'm going to start with the basic original. Is that a yay or a nay? Yeah,
that's a 2 thumbs up. Yes, very very sweet.
All right. Next, I got. I don't know if you've seen or can you see?
Yes, that's the one I never ordered, man. Yes, I never ordered that one because at the time I was just so fed up with Hasbro and the way they were doing things.
Yeah.
But yes, that one gets 2 thumbs up too. I did get the other guy in that same body. What was his name?
Big Brawler?
No, he was Major or something, wasn't it? Anyway, back to the Outbacks. Back to the Outbacks.
Right.
Yes, 2 thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
The thing about this one, if I was a kid, I wouldn't have liked it because I was weird. If it wasn't the first version, it didn't count for me. You know, I look back, I think back at it now, and I'm like, dude, you're such an idiot. That's such a sweet figure. Why did you not like that? It had to be the original, you know.
Yeah.
It had to be the original.
Well, I didn't like when they changed the color of hair. Like, you know, with Duke, they went with the Tiger Force, they went to the brown.
I never understood that. Yeah, it was. Yeah, and that's another thing too. I don't really care too much for the all the different colors. You know, Tiger Force, Night Force. I don't. When I was a kid, I hated that stuff. You know, but now looking back again, I'm like, yeah, some of those are pretty sweet. I mean, I really like that bazooka. Tiger Force bazooka. Yeah, he's pretty sweet.
This one's going to throw you off, maybe. I don't know if you've seen this one.
Yes, that's version 3? I've got version 4, so I think that's the yellow hat.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, I've got that one. And again, as a kid, I passed on them because it wasn't Outback.
Yeah.
Now, probably 10, 12 years ago, I actually ordered that one online, carded, and of course he had to come out of the box. And then I just because I never had it, I needed it, so I just got it. And then I started doing the Outback thing, and I was looking in my my vintage 8-track box, and there was the parts of Outback version 4 or something. So I put him back together, and dude, I got to be honest, I love that figure now.
Yeah,
I really do. I mean, I don't know what it is about it.
Yeah, this was the only way I had a version of the modern one. That's I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, I've got him, and dude, the body is horrible, but the head sculpt is probably one of the best.
Yeah.
But that body, I mean, dude, the 25th anniversary were great then, you know, but they died quick, man. I mean, just the look of them, they were too skinny. But I was loving it at the time, dude. I was buying them all up, you know. Yeah. I had to. They were GIJoes, you know.
Well, they look awesome. I just don't know, like, because I never had a chance to play with them like I did with the O-rings as a kid. That's
there we go. Tiger Force Outback.
He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, man. Again, everybody loves Tiger Force Outback, and I don't understand it because I mean, the white hair. All they did, they flipped the hair and the shirt colors. Is all they did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now, again, as an adult looking back on it, I love that figure.
Mm-hmm.
It's the shirt. You know, he's just like out there in the wilderness. He's like directing traffic. You know what I mean? He's got that orange shirt on. He's like, "Come on, Tiger, you go that way. You go that way. I got to poop. Watch out, guys." You know,
And I'm a little
it's
older
Outback.
now. I can identify with the white hair. So
Yeah.
So yeah,
I
that would have bothered me.
Yeah, I did make an old man Outback. I don't know if you ever seen any of those in one of my videos. I used a Gandalf head.
Oh, okay.
And it kind of works, but you can totally tell that it's the Gandalf figure. But I put him on a. I'll have to dig it. I don't know where he's at right now. But yeah, that one I like that one. So that was kind of my version of the Tiger Force Outback. But I didn't do the orange shirt. I had to do the white. You know.
All right. But that's basically everything I have. Is there any other Outbacks out there that you're aware of that?
There's
modern ones, eh?
oh yeah, there's the the Outback Bob head that I use isn't actually Outback. It's from Snow Job, of course, but they actually, I think the club, the GIJoe club did. Yeah, that's the head. But they actually the club used that head for another Outback figure, and I never ordered it because I never really ordered anything from the club. Those prices were just crazy. But I thought, like, that's perfect. That's a perfect head for Outback. You know what I mean? Like, why would that not be great for Outback? And I put it on that body one day, and I just was like, Outback. He's got to be Australian, right? So that's where Outback Bob come from, you know.
Bob, yeah. Like the modern ones, are they just as easy to interchange as say the vintage?
Yeah, I mean, I would prefer most of my customs are the modern era. They're just so much easier to customize with for me. They're playable. I don't want to get my old ones out. I don't want to mess them up, you know. Yeah, like I don't know, about a month ago, my wife had went to a flea market and she picked me up 4 or 5 of them, and Recondo was one of them. And I'd been wanting Recondo forever. You know, I'd had him for a while as a kid, lost him, whatever. So I get him, and I set him to the side. And a couple of days later, I'm looking at him, and all of a sudden, actually, I got Recondo right here. Looking at him, and his chest is starting to crack open. So I'm like, oh, okay. So let me try to fix that. As I unscrew it and open it up, you know, the part on the front part that the screw goes into, it just shattered apart. So I was like, oh no. So I get the bright idea. I've got super glue. I'll just do that. No, what else am I going to do? So as I'm gluing him together, trying to hold him back, somehow my finger hit his leg at some point and the crotch just broke off. Can you see that? And I was so upset about that. But anyway, he's back together. He's got his chest and everything.
He was a hard one for me to find too. I never had him as a kid. I could never find him, so I've always wanted him as an adult.
Yeah.
Finally, but yeah, he doesn't come out.
You're in Canada, right?
Yeah.
What was the how if you don't mind me asking, sir, what's your age group?
Oh, 43 now. Just turned 43.
Okay, I'm 40. Okay, so we grew up at the same time frame as GIJoe was coming out. What was did it come out kind of like it did here in the US or in America? Did it?
We were at par, yeah.
Okay. I've always wondered things like that as a kid, you know, like what are people playing in other places, man, you know? That's awesome knowing that, you know. Yeah. That's pretty cool. So so you had all that stuff too. Then I can see.
I started collecting as a kid just around 84 or 85. So I kind of just missed out, but I knew all the older kids that had, the Duke and even the original 13. I never had a chance to buy any of those, eh? So, I mean,
Yeah.
years I wanted that stuff. And me just being kind of out of touch, I never really had the internet till like maybe 4 years ago. So I just started realizing could get this stuff and there was other people collecting it because I had been everything was just Marvel and Star Wars, so I'd been away from GI for so long, so just kind of went nuts with it for a while, and I'm still for 3 years I've been just loving it, meeting lots of new people, and then doing the stop motion with it too, which is another other thing you can do with it.
You're doing great at it, might I add. Yeah. That's awesome. I was going to say something, but I forgot what it was.
How did you do
that? Yeah, man. I can't get over every time I watch a video you do, man, I'm like, dude, how long did it take him to do like one little fight scene? You know what I mean? Like, for just how long would it take you to do, say, somebody pulling out a gun and shooting at somebody?
It depends. Like if you watch some of my earlier stuff, it was pretty bad. So I had a good chance to really learn from my mistakes and really learn how to cut my time down. And when you're shooting at 9 frames per second, you only have to worry about the first couple. Like you can use something called an onion skin, so you can see it's like tracing paper, so you can see your last picture. So if you're doing something where he's drawing the gun, you just have to, like your first picture, you just slightly touch the gun or the hand. Second picture, you might move it just like 1/8 of an inch, not much. And then you can jump right to pointing at the person's face. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
You can maybe slow it down where like as soon as you're where it's aimed, it would just sort of stop with like in reverse of how it started, 1/8 of an inch down to just like a micro fraction. And if you can put your time into those little starts and stops, that's what you notice. You could jump to whatever pose. And the same idea with a punch too. So, I mean, something like that used to take me a while, but now I set it up right. I get comfortable. I know what I'm capable of before I start it. So I kind of set it up because some shots you got to start over if it's a moving shot, and then you tip them over. You got to start right from scratch.
Oh, yes. That would be a hassle. Oh.
Prepare yourself. But I mean, in 9 frames per second, it's not as bad as people might think. Like, and I mix, like, I don't know, drawing a gun I could do something like that probably in an hour and have it all finished, and maybe even a couple of months. But I don't know. It's one of those things. I guess if you love doing it, and you can do scenes where vehicles driving where it's really easy to do, and that takes up a lot of time. And all you're doing is just pushing a vehicle along. So I mean, you can go from difficult shots to easy shots, to make it not so hard on yourself.
Yeah.
So you're not just doing fights.
I've tried. I did a little something once with the All Striker, and I don't even know. It was just all I did was I had a cover and I threw it on a chair to make it look like it was driving up like a dirt mountain or whatever. Excuse me. And I just had it going one way forward and back around, you know what I mean? And just filmed it all and just kind of slapped it in different ways that I shot it. And then kind of added in some noise, I guess I didn't know what the All Striker is really supposed to sound like, so I just got some dune buggy music or dune buggy sounds and just put that in for a brief second as he's driving off. I think it turned out all right. But again, I'm just trying to make people laugh, so I'm not trying to be too serious with it, but
that can be a problem. It's good just to have fun with it, and we are all. I'm just an amateur, so.
I am too, dude. But dude, you not know amateur? Who you? No, dude. Your videos are sweet, dude. Yeah, but that's I remember now. You said something about Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah. How big of a Star Wars fan are you?
Well, I've been a Star Wars fan for years. It's just I've never been away from it, so I never had that, same effect that GI Joe.
Right.
Same with
Yeah.
Marvel and Avengers. I've pretty much been a fan just till not as much recently since maybe Disney has taken it over. That's not why. It's just that's around the timing. I think I got more into GI Joe. But yeah, I like a
Yeah.
little bit of the Wars. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. I was. Yeah. I just wanted to. I don't know. I was a huge Star Wars fan, and like you said, till Disney got it, and I think it is because Disney got it that why I don't like it anymore. But anyway, I don't know. Let me change my mind. I don't. I still love Star Wars. I just don't like the newer movies. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. We're not talking about Star Wars. Let's get back to GI Joe. Get back to the new classified series. Have you gotten any yet?
No, I've seen a lot of the stuff, but no, you got any?
I've got the first wave, and only because of my wife. My wife is amazing, and
Now you
I'm
got to
in love.
switch 6
I'm in
inch.
love with them. I'm in love with them. I'm in love with them. They have the 6 inch GI Joes is the only reason I didn't buy the Marvel 6 inch GI Joes, because when you remember when the 25th came out, and then shortly after that the Marvel 4 inch came out, I was buying the heck out of those Marvel characters. And the reason I didn't buy the 6 inch is because I didn't have GI Joes to go with them. Now that GI Joe is in 6 inch, the doors are open. I've went crazy. I need to stop. I've been buying way too many.
So they mix with like the Marvel and stuff. Like you got a Punisher, that's the 6 inch, eh?
Yes, and yeah, I matched him up with Duke, and he's just a smidgen taller than Duke, but they look good standing next to each other. Yeah, Winter Soldier. I'm using. You familiar with Shang-Chi? I think is his name, the character, the Marvel character.
Nah, not really.
He's like he's a martial artist, and the character. Look, Duke, now I'm gonna just let me just show you. Who would you think that guy is?
Yeah, probably Quick Kick or Louis Chang.
Yes, I'm using him as my 6 inch quick kick. And I've been debating if I want to paint the pants or not. But if I do, I'm not going to paint them all the way black. I'm going to go down with like what's coming up with flame, and then the black part to give him more of a quick kick kind of look.
Yeah,
I just haven't. Again, I hate painting. I really hate painting. That's not fun for me.
oh, hey. Well, some of the stuff looks good that you've done.
Thank you, sir. I'm just always questioning myself. You know what I mean? Like I I got two of the classified roadblocks just because I wanted to take the vest off to see why they didn't make it removable to begin with. So I made this dude here. I used a Marvel character. He's from one of the movies. If you can see that face or not.
Yeah.
And I painted roadblocks gold, silver. I mean, and the whole time I was painting that, I was like, this is going to be horrible, man. Why are you even doing this? I'm like, stop. I just wanted to smack my hand and be like, put the paintbrush down. Put it down. You're messing it up. Now it's done. It's dried. I think it turned out. I was really happy with the way it turned out. And that's the thing with me in painting when I'm doing customs. Every time I'm questioning myself, like, dude, why are you painting? It's going to turn out horrible. But every time, probably 6 or 7 times out of 10, I'm like, it's okay. I'll go with it.
The trust.
And yeah, now that I'm older, I gotta have all the lights on and my glasses and a magnifying glass. It's just not even worth it anymore at my age, man. My eyes are just going.
I didn't know what I was doing. My stuff just kind of scratches off because I was just using modeling paint, and I really don't know if there's a professional way to do it. Eh?
I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm as low tech as it gets, man. I remember as a kid, my cousin had I think it was Snake Eyes. I think he had maybe Hawk's head on Snake Eyes, like the original Snake Eyes, like the 82 or 83 Snake Eyes. And I'm like, how did you, when we're kids, I'm like, how did you do that, dude? Where did you buy this dude? He's like, dude, you take the screw out of the back. That's all I need. That's all I needed to know. You can take a screw out and change them around. What? He called it transplanting the GI Joes. You know what I mean? I'm just customizing, man.
I was a little when I figured that out too, but yeah,
same
thing. That's around the time of putting blood and stuff on my WF wrestlers. War makeup.
I just used ketchup. I just used ketchup when I was a kid. Yeah, but I did that a lot with them too. Yeah.
I like stuff like it's the same as mine in the sense that we don't mind being too violent, eh?
Yes, they are toys, but they are violent. Very, very violent. That's what they're made for, They got to express those feelings of all that time being boxed up in that plastic. They got to release themselves, man.
Yeah.
and they do it very well.
Yeah, some of my stop motion, but a lot of people say I'm like one of the nicest people they've ever met, so it doesn't really go together.
Yeah, the first I can't remember the first video I've seen of yours, but I was like, dude, this dude's vicious. I bet this guy's got tattoos. You know what I mean? But I'm like, after I got to know you a little bit, I'm like, totally not what I was thinking. Actually, when I heard you on the Joburg podcast, I was like, wow, this guy's really not what I thought. But that's a good thing, I guess.
Yeah,
nothing bad about it. Yeah,
regression. So, or get it out with your art, I guess.
You got to. You have to. Yes. Excuse me. But yeah, it's just having fun, right?
I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to talk about there. We kind of ran by. My discussions were going to be about maybe 20 minutes to half an hour, and
okay,
we've went well past that. But it's
up to you. I'm sorry.
Well,
no. I mean, no. If you're ready to go, man, we can head. What do you want to do, brother?
Well, as for the YouTube video, I'm going to hit stop recording. We can still shoot the breeze for a little bit.
That's what's up to you, man. It's up to you, brother. I'm here for a few minutes anyway. I gotta check on my kids here in a few minutes, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll keep her going for a little bit. But, is there anything? Anything else you wanted to talk about, or anything I could show you some stuff? Toy room, or I'm just getting into the modern more now, like because I've started off a vintage guy, but I've been loving the modern.
Yeah, I've recently got back into the vintage too, but there's something I love and hate the modern figures. It's a love and hate relationship, It's just like I'll make a custom of one, and then I'll have an idea, and then I'll take it apart. Like for one time, I made a custom of Outback once when I was a kid. So I had some modern parts that kind of resembled maybe kind of what the classic was. So I made a custom of a modern figure of a classic, of an original figure that was a custom. So I made a custom of a custom. And it was Outback, obviously. And then a few years went by, and I got another figure, and I was like, taking that one apart. I need that part. I need that part. I don't know.
Yeah. Tunnel Rat, I've always seemed to be my favorite for customizing. I don't know.
There's a lot you can do. Yeah, there's a lot you can do with that.
Yeah.
A lot.
And too, I had family that was the same position in military. It was a mole. It was kind of a real dangerous position, I guess. A high suicide rate too. I guess it's pretty traumatic.
Yeah. I had an uncle who was in Vietnam, and he did some crazy stuff. He would tell you some stories every once in a while, but you didn't want him to keep rambling for too long.
Yeah.
He would get into some stuff a 12, 13-year-old kid didn't need to hear, but it was great stories. Great stories.
Yeah. Yeah, my grandpa never really talked about it till years later. It was just he was a chef in the war. That's all he ever said. And then,
Mm.
close to before he died, he kind of let it out of the bag. All the people he had killed and watching his friends die, and even
It's got to
being
be
in
hard
the
to live with. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, my brother was in the army for I think 21 years, um, and he was over in I guess the first Iraq War. He drove a Bradley tank. And okay, so time had went by. He was out of the war. The war was over, whatever. And he was in on leave one time, and he had this photo album. And I started just flipping through it, and it was pictures that he had taken over there. And I mean, I don't want to describe any of the pictures, but I will tell you, when you see stuff like that, it kind of changes a few things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was dead set to go into the Marines when I was a kid. When I seen that photo album he had of stuff, I changed my mind quick. You know?
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it was some
Great.
pretty gruesome stuff, man. Yeah.
That was kind of the opposite. That probably would have scared me, and I
Oh yeah.
don't know if I'd have the courage or not. But
Oh yeah. That's what I'm saying. It scared me. I was like, no, I can't go to the. I'm gonna stay at home. You know what I mean? I'll let you go to the war, big brother. I'll stay right here. It's some freaky stuff. It sticks with you, seeing it. Yeah. Anyway,
wow.
that got dark fast.
Yeah. I think of something happier to end on here.
Oh, 6-inch action figures. Oh yes, man.
So you
I
got
hate that you haven't got none yet, man. They're just awesome. They are.
yeah.
I
Well,
love
I'm
the
gonna
roadblock.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna order. They're from Cody. You can order them on Amazon. So
Mm,
I have
okay.
to find Walmart because every time I go to Walmart, they're all gone. So
I haven't. Yeah, my wife had to order mine. I can't find them anywhere here. Um, not out in the stores. I did one time. I found Scarlet and Snake Eyes, and I picked Snake Eyes up, and then I thought to myself, I've got Snake Eyes at home right now. So I just set it back down. I'm like, man, hopefully somebody else can get it. I've already got mine. I don't even know why I was going to get another one, but hopefully, I guess somebody else got it. So hopefully, but yeah, man.
yeah, it's amazing. I guess the movie's still coming out, but it's postponed a bit. The Snake Eyes movie.
Yeah,
I
I,
don't know how
I
that's doing with the
I'm
toy line.
I'm excited about it, but at the same time, it's not really what I had in mind as Snake Eyes.
Yeah, I don't.
You,
Could
you
be
know,
wrong.
I picture a blonde headed dude. You know, this guy's got black hair.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
Yeah. Um,
and
I
changed it
don't
a
know.
little.
Yeah, and I mean that's okay. That's cool, but let's not stray too far from the barn. You know what I mean? Let's kind of keep it at least somewhere more than the other movies did with his storyline.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
yeah, I'll have to see.
Yeah, time will tell, brother.
But
Yeah,
okay,
man.
well, I'm gonna head out now.
I'm sorry I bored you.
Oh no, no, I didn't. I got a few things to do anyway. So, like I
Yeah,
said,
I do too.
we went pretty good. So it'd be interesting to see how these go. I'm not really much of a talker, but I get along with everybody. So thought, why not try some
Yeah,
discussion?
yeah, that's my thing too, man. I mean, like I said earlier, I just really started opening up more this year, and I'm just trying to open up and live life a little better. I ain't getting any younger. So yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, this was I appreciate you offering the invite for this, man. Thank you, sir.
Oh, no problem. I'm gonna, if as long as you're okay with it, I wanted to put a link to the Love Loss at
Oh
the
yeah, that'd be
in this
awesome.
video, and then I was gonna at the end of this video put a link to your YouTube channel. That's
That
all
would
right.
be Yeah, no, that'd be great. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. You're
Well,
too kind.
well,
Too
people
kind.
check that out. Love Lost, because it's a new thing. This whole play motion. I'd like to see more people get into it, so it's more common, like toy photography,
Yeah.
where you can feel comfortable and
Yes.
yeah.
I really want to see a lot more videos, man. Because I really, once I started doing this, it's like a drug. You know, it's just so addictive. It really is. That's the best way I can describe it. I can't stop. I just want more figures so I can do more videos.
Yeah. Well, I get that with the play motion too, because whatever camera shot you can kind of capture in a movie, you can kind of simulate, you know what I mean? And with the miniature world, so.
Oh yeah, and you do it very well, sir. I'm just looking at
Well,
my figures like my figures are looking at me like, dude, you just do stop motion, you know.
Kind of my storytelling hopefully will catch up to the visual part, but I'm getting better.
Dude, it's been good. No, it's been everything I've seen's been great, man. Yeah, very good.
Thank you very much, and you as well.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, well, you take care. Yeah, I'll see you sometime on Facebook.
Yes, we will. Keep in
Maybe
touch.
we'll do this again sometime.
All right, man. If I ever get something going like this going, you'll be my first guest, sir.
Nice, sweet.
All right, man. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. You have a great night.
Yeah. Bye-bye.